Hello everyone and welcome to the current edition of Sippin with Steven. My guest today is Jeremy Deaver, who is Vice President of Procurement and Production?
Forecasting, sourcing, you name
Everything.
it, I do it all. Yeah.
At Kentucky Artisan Distillery, and he is here today to talk about the Whiskey Row brand. Jeremy, welcome.
Thank you.
Through some previous conversation, a little background for our viewers, you had told me that you were the first employee at Kentucky Artisan and your journey took you elsewhere, and now you are kind of back on full circle. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, you know, you kind of find in this industry that a lot of people don't go too far. They don't venture out, so they either jump ship or they move over here, but inevitably we're all big extended family. But yeah, I started working for Steve Thompson out of Kentucky Artisan in 2012.
Bourbon legend.
Yeah.
Rest
you
in
know,
peace.
He had been in the industry for a little 40 plus years, and you know, after he left Brown-Forman, he still had an itch to get into that craft distilling side. And he always joked too when he was hiring people, he said, I can't afford the people that have all the knowledge, so I'll bring in people and I'll teach them. So that was a big proponent of him, and he hired me, and it just kind of evolved into a small craft contract distiller, processing and warehousing.
And you're located out in Crestwood, correct?
Crestwood, Kentucky, right outside LaGrange. Yep.
So when people are coming in to do a bourbon experience, sometimes they may forget how close Crestwood is to Louisville, and let our viewers know what they can expect as far as a tasting experience, and why they should include coming out to taste Whiskey Row at Kentucky Artisan.
Well, it's a beautiful location because not only are we off at exit 14 off of 75, so we'll either get you on the way in or the way out to Cincinnati. But the other beautiful thing about it is at Crestwood we're surrounded between Third Turn Brewery and Oldham County Botanical Gardens. So we have a Udell out there. So it's a great location. But the tour itself, you know, it's very craft style emphasis. When we started out several years ago, like I said, we were just kind of figuring this out in contract distilling, so we were kind of the home to a number of different brands, including Whiskey Row and Trackside, Cream of Kentucky. I mean, there was a number of different entities, and our largest customer was Jefferson's. So over the years, we just kind of evolved, and we offer an all-exclusive experience of better understanding how this whole process comes about, because when most people tour facilities, they usually just see the distillation. Sometimes they'll see the bottling, sometimes they won't. But you come to our place, we'll show it all to you. And we'll also show you how much work it is, because a lot of our facility is not automated. It's very manual, it's very labor intensive, but it also is very much a labor of love, and people get to really experience that.
Well, as someone who loves going on these tours and is friends with a lot of our bourbon partners, that is right in my alley. Yeah. You know, getting into like in our smaller distillery experience, getting to talk to the people that are there, fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's terrific. We will encourage people to go and check out your website and all that. But that brings me to this fantastic carrier and these four spectacular bottles. And if you could tell the Sippin' with Steven audience these four bottles, and also I've come to find out that you made this carrier, and I think that is absolutely fantastic.
I did.
I told Jeremy he needs to make this, brand it, and sell it in their retailer, and he said maybe the Bourbon Festival. Fantastic, folks. So that is great in and of itself. But let's talk about these great products, because Whiskey Row, since the bottles I used to see, the label has changed a little bit. The bottle shape has changed. What about these four products that you got out?
Well, so it's been an evolution. Whiskey Row has been around really since Steve Thompson started it back in 2013. And unfortunately, when he passed away, the company that I currently work for, Avalon Spirits, took it over, and we did a complete repackaged design, but also keeping a lot of the background that Steve really wanted to emphasize, which is the Whiskey Row portfolio. And the Whiskey Row portfolio has really gone after a lot of that small crafted batch, as well as unique creativity. You know, as you know, it's a very tough industry to get into and penetrate, especially in the retail market. So what can we do to stand ourselves aside? So we've taken on a number of different things and a number of different expressions, and in particular, we just recently released our new flagship, which is a triple wood finish, which people have been really enjoying. And then, of course, we have the bottle and bond and the cast strength. And then today is a little teaser of our new French Sauterne wine finish.
Love teasers.
Yeah, so this is the big teaser. We just finished it. We did a wonderful job. We worked with a number of different entities to develop it. And working with, of course, Kentucky Artisan Distillery has always been a seamless process in working with them.
Sure. Well, that is fantastic. Now, what we will do is I will make sure when we have this come out next month's Fraser Weekly, we will have a link so people can get more information about your tours, about your products, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, in Sippin' with Steven tradition, we are going to sip one of your expressions and get my reaction, your reaction, and you have picked the flagship product, and I'm very excited to try this. As you're pouring a little bit, why don't you kind of go into a little more detail of the folks could perhaps expect from that as far as the proof, and if you all reveal the mash bill, I don't know whether.
Oh, sure. No, we're that's the thing. We're very much, bourbon is also very much in the storytelling business.
Sure.
Cheers to you.
Okay, let's give this great nose. Almost a sweet type flavor that's fantastic.
Yes.
If I was to, and I don't know, is this like, it tastes like it's around in the mid 90s.
You nailed it. It's a 90 proof. Yep.
Well, maybe I
You've been doing your homework.
Or I do too much homework.
Or you do homework.
But this is fantastic. This is what I would call a great everyday sipper.
Yes.
Great flavor, not overpowering in the proof. And before we should have done this, let me go back. Cheers to Whiskey Row.
Thank you.
Cheers to Kentucky Artisan. Yes. Cheers to the Bourbon Trail and to the Fraser, the start of the Bourbon Trail. As we head into the winter months and it gets to be prime bourbon drinking weather, let's raise a glass to all those folks.
Absolutely. Cheers.
And thank you for being here, Jeremy.
My pleasure.
I appreciate
My pleasure. Yeah, the triple wood is like I said, it evolved into just that. It's virgin oak coming out. It's an average of 6-year-old dump. As far as the barrels that we ended up blending, very small batch. We only did about 500 cases of 6-packs, and then we finished it in both cherry and cognac finishes.
Well, maybe that's why it's a little bit sweeter. Cannot endorse it enough, folks. Holidays are coming. Great gift. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Cheers,
My pleasure.
everybody.
Cheers.